Hi everyone, it's Evelyn. It is day 25 of my live 77-day video challenge. Now today I thought I would talk about something, well, I guess a little bit serious, because on this day in 1963, so on the 22nd of November 1963, JFK was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, by a man named Lee Harvey Oswald. And it probably was one of the darkest days in American history. And my mom had actually immigrated to America the day before. So after her first night in America, she woke up, and hours later she found out the news. Now, it was a tragedy for America at the time. I mean, JFK was the youngest president ever elected at that time. He was 43 years old. He was a good-looking man. He had a beautiful wife who was young. She was only 31 years old when she was in the White House, and of course they had little kids. So he was quite young, good-looking. He was charismatic. He was charming, and from what I've been reading, he was the type of person who made people feel special and heard. He was funny, confident, and he had big ideas. Big ideas like, let's put the man on the moon before the end of this decade. And he did that. He said that in 1961, and in 1969 it actually indeed did happen. And he was also into believing that everyone should be treated equally. He fought for civil rights and told Americans to stand up against injustice. Though he didn't live to see the big changes, his work helped to make the Civil Rights Act happen later. He also started, and I didn't realize this, he started the Peace Corps. And that was one of his initiatives. There were other things that he did as well. He really wanted the Peace Corps for young Americans to help people in other countries. And he really believed that small acts of kindness could make a huge difference. Now, there are other things he did which I didn't know about. He worked on equal pay for men and women. Also, the cleaner air with the Clean Air Act. And also, he stopped nuclear tests with the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. And some of his famous words were, "One person can make a difference and everyone should try." And I think because he died so young, people sort of imagined that he could have done even more amazing things because he did so much in the short time that he was in office. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you a few photos that I have. There's so many documentaries, movies. There's a movie called Killing Kennedy, which came out in 2013. Rob Lowe plays JFK. Also, this movie I have seen, it's a 2013 movie called Parkland, which follows the chaos that happened on that day at the Parkland Hospital. It was a really good movie. Billy Bob Thornton was in that movie. And there's docudramas. There's just so much on the screens about JFK's life. Now, I just wanted to show you. So this was a photo that was taken just moments before JFK was assassinated. And I mean, he looks happy there, doesn't he? And he was in Dallas, and about maybe 5 minutes later, he was assassinated. And it's quite amazing. There's so many people around. Like, what a great shot. I mean, that sounds horrible, but what a great shot. Now, the vice president, Lyndon Baines Johnson, and his wife, Lady Bird Johnson, they were sitting in. They're actually sitting right in front of JFK and his wife, Jacqueline. Now, after they pronounced him dead, not even two hours later, this iconic photo here, where Lyndon Baines Johnson was sworn in as the 36th president on the Air Force One, on the airplane at Love Airfield in Dallas, Texas. So just a little over 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours and 8 minutes. if you want to be exact, or 2 hours and 6 minutes that he was sworn into being the 36th president. Now, I just wanted to share a little bit of interesting information, is that LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, he is an alumni from the university that I graduated from. So I graduated from a college in San Marcos called Southwest Texas State University, and he graduated from that same school in 1930. So I thought I would progress now to my university years. I've been talking about, how I grew up as an Army brat, those earlier years, also high school, the 80s. So now I thought I would go into what it was like being a university student in Texas. My first year was in East Texas State, but then the last 3 years were in San Marcos, Texas. So the same university that LBJ went to, and everything in the university is called LBJ. LBJ Center, LBJ this, LBJ that. But this is that very iconic photo right down here when Lyndon Baines Johnson was sworn in as the 36th president of the United States, just 2 hours and a bit after Kennedy was assassinated. So yeah, I do think even though JFK didn't live to be, that old and was assassinated, his life, he taught a lot of Americans to dream big, stand up for what's right, and work together to make the world better. And he did do some amazing things. The Peace Corps, cleaner air with the Clean Air Act, and also equal pay for men and women, amongst other things. Charismatic man as well. So I thought I would just share that today. This is Evelyn, Heart and Soul with Evelyn. This is day 25 of my live 77-day video challenge. So I'm a third of the way there. So thank you so much. And I'm grateful that you're here, and I look forward to your company tomorrow.